All right, friends, today we are comparing the brand new Aiper X1 pool cleaner versus one of my favorite pool cleaners from last year, which was the Aiper S1, which comparing these two are not really apples to apples, and I'll tell you why in a moment, but I really thought it would be a great video. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. All right, guys, first things first, I do want to let you know that Aiper has sent these out to me for full honest review, but I do not allow any other types of sponsorships on any of my channels. Now back to the Aiper S1 from last year. I used this the entire season and absolutely loved it, especially for that $500 to $700 range. You really could not beat that price. The only thing I did not like about this, or this is a big push for finding something wrong, that I did not like plugging in all the time. I really wanted a dock for this. And yes, they make the S1 Pro that you can buy a dock for now, but for that price, I felt that it was too big, it was too bulky, it was too pricey. And yes, the dock was nice, but at that point, this thing still did just as well when it came to pool cleaning, and it was much cheaper. And that is why I'm saying this is not really comparing apples to apples, because I have a feeling price-wise and for the size of this and how much pool it can handle, which is a 21,050 square foot pool, where this one's only a 1,600 square foot pool. I think depending on what the price is, the S1 Pro is going to be more of a comparable. Plus this has the docking station, and once we open it up, we can see more about it. But I think if they were both around the same price, I think that's where you're getting more benefit in this video. So without further ado, let's open this up and see what comes with it, see the differences between the S1 and the X1. But understand the X1, there's 3 new models this year, by the way. So you have the X1, that's this one we're going to review today. Then there's the X1 Pro, where the X1 Pro is designed to be able to clean like a sun deck or a lounge area that's built into a pool. So you just have that low area of water, kind of like a little baby area, but it's attached to your pool. If you have one of those areas, the X1 Pro is designed to go up there, stay up there, map that out, which the X1 does not have a mapping ability. It will kind of go in straight lines or an S path and then an N path on the walls, but the X1 Pro is designed for a lounge area. And then there's the X1 Pro Max, which we're definitely going to be checking that one out also, because that one now adds a water surface cleaner like a pool skimmer, which, by the way, if you haven't already seen it, Aiper also released a new full dedicated pool skimmer with a solar panel. This is the Surfer S2. And if you want to see that video, check out the card right up there. Really useful pool skimmer if you don't have the X1 Pro. If you have any other pool cleaner that doesn't do surface, then this is definitely a great surface skimmer that's affordable and definitely now runs at 35 hours. So pretty cool, check that out. So just be aware there's 3 new models, the X1, X1 Pro, and the X1 Pro Max. So let's open this up, see what this looks like. Kind of know it's definitely bigger, it feels heavier. There's definitely a base with this, which is nice. Like I said earlier, I think that's one of the minor cons, the only minor con that I had with the S1. All right, here's some instructions. Got a bunch of paperwork. All right, there's this little side compartment right here. I'm gonna open up first. Looks like a bunch of accessories. Kind of feels like the base. That's the bottom of the base. The sides of the base. And it's really nice that they include the base with this, just because it's a huge inconvenience trying to plug it in all the time. It's just easier to take this out of the pool and throw this onto the docking station. All right, here's your hook. You put this on your pole and you can pull out the pool skimmer. And here is the charger. And this looks just like the one, let me get this out of the way, from the S1. So pretty identical there. All right, I think we're going straight for the pool cleaner. Dun 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 dun! Definitely heavier. We're gonna move this over to check it out. I just want to see if there's anything else in the box. And there is. What is this? All right, I'm gonna put this box down here. See what's in this last box. Oh, more of the docking station. All right, let's quickly put this docking station together. Together. Like that. Boom, bada boom. Okay, so we have the docking station. Really nice. Just like the one that they had last year, but I kind of feel like the one they had last year was completely enclosed down here, except for a little slit. So they did redesign this a little bit. And then here's your two metal plates where once it makes contact with the X1, you'll see at the bottom there's metal plates. It will start charging. And then the charger itself gets plugged back here in the top right there. So that's where it plugs in. And like I said, this is the same charger. Okay. So this definitely is beefier, it's heavier, but not by much. I felt like the S1 Pro from last year, which I don't have out here, was much, much bigger than the S1. I kind of feel like this is a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter than the S1 Pro. I could be wrong. I'll compare those two later, but I kind of feel this just isn't as beefy as the S1 Pro. So as you can see here, just like the S1 has the treads on the side, and instantly I noticed there's two brushes on the X1, just like the S1 Pro. One brush in the front, or this is actually two, so 2 and 2. But the S1, not the S1 Pro, but the S1 only had these two brushes on the front, nothing on the back. So that is one major difference. So depending on what the price is, if they're very similar in price, you're going to get more cleaning ability, touching your pool, you know, moving that dirt around with the X1. And then you can see the two charging pads that I was talking about right here for the docking station, where the S1 does not have any charging pads whatsoever. So you have to use the wire no matter what, which you plug in the back here, which on the X1 you have that option. Also, if you want to, you have a plug back here. I already know this, but you're not really going to use it that often because of that docking station. And then I see on here, there is 4 sensors, 1, 2, and then there's 2 sensors on the left-hand side. I don't know why there's not 2 on the right-hand side, but at least there are sensors for obstacle avoidance. Like I said, this model does not have mapping. The X1 Pro will have mapping, but this one does not. Where the S1 doesn't have any sensors at all, I really did not find any issues with it not having any sensors. Like I said, this did a great job at cleaning. And then the X1 has 2 of the water outlets right here on top in the front, where the S1 only has 1 water outlet, which is placed in the middle in the back. And honestly, the S1 Pro had these outlets in the same place, and I really didn't see any difference. But it's going to be interesting to get this in the water and see what this does differently because of the sensors, because of these water outlets, and just the extra features that they have in here, like the Wave Path 3.0, to see if it does any different than just the standard S1, which I absolutely love. Now the S1 does the floor, it does the walls, it does the waterline, but when it comes up to the waterline, it's just going to stay up there and clean that one area that it came up on and then go back down. Where the X1 Pro went sideways a little bit, that's going to be the same thing in the X1, where this goes up and then goes sideways in the waterline mode. But comparing the S1 and the S1 Pro from last year doing the waterline, I didn't see any difference from it going up and getting the waterline and with the S1 Pro went sideways. This one went straight back down. They both did great on the Waterline. So I'm sure this one will do just as well, but just be aware that this one does go up and can go sideways where this one does not. But like I said, that's not a huge deal in my opinion. Now, as far as getting to the basket, here we can open up from the front and we have a 5-liter mesh basket. But this is not ultra fine basket, this is just your standard, which I think is 180 micrometers. I think that's how you pronounce that little measurement thing. But this one, you open it up from the back. Let me turn this around. I'll definitely get some close-up shots for you guys. But this one's a little bit different, but you can kind of see right away that you can kind of see through this one, but this one you can't, and that's because there's actually a ultra fine filter in here. Actually, I think there might be 2 filters. Yep, I was right. There is 2 filters. So this is your ultra fine filter. This is down to what they say is 3 micrometers. So this is going to pick up a lot more fine particles and bacteria, where then you still have the standard mesh right here, which is 180 micrometers. But if you want to put the ultra fine filter in here, you can if you want to. Just snaps in just like that. And they say this is also a 5-liter basket, but it seems much smaller than this, but I guess because of the different shape, it's really not. So you can run it with this, or you can run it just like this if you want to. But it's really nice that they now include this one. There's also the push button on front. If I recall correctly, this had 4 modes. That would be floor, wall, eco, and off. Probably 4. I don't think it had a waterline mode. Where this one, you can kind of see the different modes right here. You do have a floor, wall, waterline, and then like everything. Also, with the brand new X1, X1 Pro, and the X1 Pro Max, they will have a buoy, a communication buoy, which I will be reviewing. So that will be able to communicate now between the app and your robot in the pool, which is really cool, really cool. I haven't tested that or played with that yet, but I'm really excited. I think it can do pH rating of your pool and a couple other things. So I'm really looking forward to that communication buoy and being able to control this while it's in the pool, which I'm not able to do with the S1 or the S1 Pro. And for those who care about the physical size, the new X1 is slightly higher than the S1, but not by much, and definitely not as tall as the S1 Pro, which was huge. And then width, you can see, is definitely a little bit wider here. It does have a wider stance, and then from front to back, it's about 1 inch longer or so. So you can see it's not really comparing apples to apples, but if they're similar in pricing, or if you have a bigger pool, like I said, this one does up to 2,150 square feet, and this is only 1,600 square feet. If you have a bigger pool, definitely go for something like this or the X1 Pro Max, which I'll be reviewing in the near future if you need the skimmer also. But I really like the S2 skimmer, so depending on what your budget is, if you want to get something a little bit more affordable, maybe the S1 will still be around, which definitely is a great pool cleaner, especially for that price. One other thing I do want to check out, which I kind of did already, but I really want to feel the weight side by side. Yeah, so you can definitely, there's definitely a small difference, but it's not that bad. Comparing this to the S1 and the S1 Pro, you felt a huge difference. This one's not as bad as the S1 Pro when it comes to weight. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, make sure you hit that helpful button down below. And if you're watching me on YouTube, hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see updates and see the brand new pool cleaners in the water after I fully review them for you guys. So hit that subscribe button so you get notified when a new video comes out. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one. Oh, one more thing. Let me see what this looks like on the docking station. Boom, bada boom. There it is. Yeah, love that docking station.